Hi everyone and welcome back. Today's video is going to be a current favourites video, and the last favourites video I filmed, monthly favourites, was in May. So since then there have been a lot of products that I've been enjoying using, and I obviously haven't filmed a favourites video because to do them monthly I think there's not pressure, but I have to gather up products all the way throughout the month that I've been using, and sometimes there'll be the same things that I've been using last month, sometimes there won't be anything in particular I've been loving, but I felt like I had to force myself to pick things that I've really been enjoying for the sake of a monthly favourite. So I thought I'd change it up a little bit and do a current favourites instead, which will come less often than a monthly favourites, maybe every few months, when I feel like I've got enough stuff to talk to you all about. So I'm going to start off with skincare, I think. The first one that I've got to talk to you about is by Garnier, and this is the Garnier Skin Active Micellar Water. And this is an oil infused cleansing water for dry and sensitive skin, and it says it even removes waterproof makeup. It's basically got the oil at the top like a lot of eye makeup removers have, and then the micellar water at the bottom, and the idea is that you shake it, pop it onto a cotton pad and then remove your makeup. And I wasn't sure how this was going to work because I didn't know whether it was going to be too oily and leave my skin feeling really greasy. It says that it doesn't, but obviously unfortunately not every product does what it says on the tin. So I gave this a go, and as you can see I've used a tiny little bit, but you honestly need the tiniest amount every time you use this, and it really does get off makeup beautifully. I probably prefer this to the normal Garnier one because it does something a little bit different, and the Garnier one leaves my skin feeling a little bit drier than Bioderma does. This one leaves my skin just feeling quite normal and not greasy in any way, and it takes off waterproof mascara, waterproof eye makeup, it takes off everything, and I've been really enjoying using this. So if you're in the market for a new micellar water, give this one a go. Because I do think it's very good. So the next favourite is by Pixie, and this is the Overnight Glow Serum, and this is a little pipette bottle, and I use this at night time after I've toned and before I moisturise, and this is one of my favourite serums I've ever used, and the reason is because it's quite a thick and gloopy texture, so when you put it on it doesn't slide around everywhere, and it really absorbs into the skin, and it kind of almost goes tacky once if you feel your skin after you've applied it, which I really like because then I feel like it's a really nice base for moisturiser. It's definitely one of those products where you can feel it working, and I really have been enjoying this. It's definitely worth the money, and Pixie skincare is worth a go if you've not tried it before because they have some real gems. Last item for skincare, and this is from Philosophy, and this is the Renewed Hope in a Jar. This is a nighttime moisturiser. Pretty sure you can use it during the day as well, but I think it's a little bit too thick for me for a daytime moisturiser. This reminds me a lot of the Soap and Glory moisturiser, apart from it comes in at a higher price point. It's a very thick consistency, not too thick that it's uncomfortable, and it absorbs almost immediately. It doesn't feel sticky, and it's not one of those moisturisers that you're going to put on before bed and you're going to stick to the pillow, which is my worst kind of moisturiser. It says that it's a refreshing and refining moisturiser. I just really feel the difference in the morning when I wake up after I've used this. It feels quite a luxurious moisturiser, which I really like. Next I'll go on to bases. I'm kind of doing this in order of how I would apply things to my face, and the next thing has been in a favourites video before, and then I went off it for ages, and now I've been using it every day. And this is a primer by Makeup Forever, and this is their Step 1 Equalizer Primer. And this is supposed to smooth the surface of the skin, try and hide any texture that you might have, any bumps, and also help blur out the pores. And I was using this in the wrong way, which kind of goes to show that if you use a product in a way it's not supposed to be used, you might not like it, because I was just kind of slathering this all over my face as soon as I'd applied my moisturiser, and I just didn't really like it as much as I wanted to. So instead now I leave my moisturiser to sink in for a lot longer than I was doing, and then I apply quite a generous amount of this to the areas that I need it. I don't put it all over my face, and I really work it in. So I kind of pop some onto my finger and really like work it into the skin rather than just slathering it all over like I was doing, and work it into the pores and work it into the areas where I've got texture on my face, and it just kind of smooths everything out, and it's a really nice base for makeup, and I find it really works. And after that, a couple of bases, and there's kind of like a lighter option here and a heavier option of the ones that I've really been enjoying. So I've been having quite a lot of no makeup days, which I don't really tend to enjoy because I always feel like I've tried to make an effort, but it's just not, you can't really tell. I'd much rather be full glam because I think it pays off rather than just putting a little bit on. It makes me feel better when I've got more makeup on, if that makes sense. Isn't necessarily a good thing, I know, but when we're on holiday, the two things that I wore every single day at night time as a base were a combination of the La Roche-Posay High Dream BB cream, which looks like this. It makes your skin look, it kind of gets rid of any uneven colouring in your skin and just makes your skin look better. It's not obvious that you've got a base on, it's not cakey, it's just a really lightweight base. It's a BB cream and you can really feel that it's like nourishing the skin as well as covering any redness and things like that that you wanted to cover. I used this every day when I was on holiday, but as the days went on and I was getting a little bit browner or redder on some days, I mixed it with something else, which I bought not really having high expectations for. I don't really know why I bought it, and I put it in my drawer, left it there for ages, never used it, and then I just thought I'm going to take it on holiday with me. This is by Maybelline and it's the Dream Bronze BB Cream, and this has got SPF 25 in it, so I've got the SPF protection that I need as well as a better base. So this is a little bit of a bronze colour and I mixed the two together, and this would add kind of like a really nice glow and a tint to the BB cream, and together they just worked really nicely. I was thinking of doing like a holiday makeup look using these two together, so if that's something that you'd like to see them together, then let me know, but this is a real standout for me and something that I'm going to continue to use. Another base that I've been loving using that I had high expectations for and it's ticked all of the boxes is from Milani, and this is the Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer, and I've got the shade 01 Creamy Vanilla. I've spoken about this quite a lot now on my channel. I ordered this because I saw so many American YouTubers wearing it and it looked like amazing coverage, and Milani is a little bit more difficult to get hold of over here than it is in the States, but I got this off a website called Beauty Chamber, and there are a few other websites where you can grab it from, but I think it's the cheapest on there. It's about £10, and this is such a gorgeous foundation. It's my most favourite one that I've tried in so long. I'm wearing it today and the shade range isn't the best. They're more of a yellow undertone rather than anything else, than neutral or pink. And they definitely, like, this is the lightest shade and it's not actually that light once it's on the skin. I love the coverage. It's quite a heavy coverage, but it doesn't feel heavy on the skin. It blends in beautifully. I find I don't need to put any extra concealer on top other than under my eyes. It's a heavy coverage, but it doesn't look cakey. It just sits so beautifully, and it's not a matte finish and it's not a dewy finish. It just looks healthy, and I've been wearing it nearly every day. I really, really like it. I'm just going to do a couple of brushes while they're here, and the first one is a blush. Well, it's not, I don't think it's meant for blush, but it's what I've been using for blush, and this is the Morphe M509 brush, and not your everyday standard blush brush. It's kind of tapered, very fluffy. I've been loving this for blusher. As you can see, it's a little bit grubby. Just applies blusher where you want it. It blends everything out. It's really, really lovely. There's not much more I can say about this other than if you're after any blush brush, this one is definitely worth a try. And then also the Sigma Tapered Kabuki, the F86, and I've been using this to set my under eye concealer, so it's the perfect shape just to get in under your eye. I've not tried it for anything else yet. They're my two brush favourites at the moment. Eyebrows, the one I want to talk about is the Benefit Ka-Brow, and this is one of their new launches from the new brow launch that they just have launched. How many times do you want to say launch? This is a new launch as part of the new line that they've released for their brow products. That's better. It's got a tiny weeny little brush on, which I actually quite like. I don't usually like the brushes that these come with. And then if you take off the top, you're left with a little pot of product, and I love this. I don't like the packaging. I just think it looks a little bit tacky, but the actual product and the brush itself is really, really lovely. I've got it on my brows today, and it's a little bit creamier in texture than the Anastasia one. If you want to wear it more naturally, you can do, and if you want to build it up into a more dramatic eyebrow, you can do. Definitely worth a try. It's one of my favourite brow pomades that I've found. I definitely prefer it to the Anastasia one. and it's a little bit cheaper as well, I think. The blusher that I've been using every single day, and I'm wearing it today as well, is the Benefit Box Blusher in Dallas. And I think I hauled this in a recent beauty haul video, and it's basically one of the muted, more brownish pink tone blushes that I've really been enjoying using at the moment. I very rarely wear bright pinks anymore on my cheeks. I kind of go between a coral and then this kind of colour. This is very similar to MAC Harmony, apart from it's got a little bit more of a sheen to it. It's not, I wouldn't say it's glittery in any way, but it's got a little bit more life to it than MAC Harmony, which is a little bit flatter. I really, really like this. I'm so glad I purchased it. This just completely encompasses the colour that I've been wearing on my cheeks for months recently. This shade of blush is just beautiful. A couple of favourites for my eyes, and the first one is a eyeliner by Zoeva. This is one of their graphic eyes eyeliner, and I think this is in the shade Glance. I'm not 100% sure on the name, so I'll link it in the description box below. But this is just a gorgeous bronzy, metallic-y, deep brown, gorgeous bronzy shade, which I've been wearing so often recently in my waterline, smudged out on the top of my eyelids. It's just beautiful. Not too pricey either. And then also for my eyes, another I kind of want to say these are a recent discovery, even though I've had them for a long time, but it's only recently that I've really fallen in love with them. And this is one of my Makeup Geek eyeshadow palettes. These are the shades that I use most regularly. And these come in at half the price of a MAC eyeshadow. These are £5 per eyeshadow. And this that I've got them in is a Z palette or a Z palette, which I've spoken about before. You buy this separately, and it's basically a magnetic palette, and then you put the shadows inside. So these are Makeup Geek eyeshadows, with the exception of a couple that are Anastasia one. I think that's an Anastasia one there. I absolutely love these. What I'm wearing on my eyelids today, I've got a mixture of this row here on my eyelids today, which are some of my favourite colours. They are so pigmented. A couple of the matte ones can be a little bit more chalky and powdery than you would like, but they go on so easily onto the eye. They're really easy to blend. The colour range is amazing. The price point, I just can't get enough of them. I don't know if I mentioned these are Makeup Geek eyeshadows. I don't know if you would be interested in seeing a Makeup Geek eyeshadow collection video where I kind of go through them all and swatch the ones that I've got, or even my top 10 if the other one would be too long. Let me know. My favourites at the moment would be Cocoa Bear, which is this deep brown chocolate one here, and also Grandstand, which is this one here. Beautiful, and I always use this one in my crease when I'm starting off my eyes as well. So I've not touched my MAC eyeshadows in a really long time. It's just been these that I've been going to every single day. On my lips, the only thing that I've been reaching for is the NYX Liquid Suede Softly Spoken Lip Cream, and this is a liquid lipstick that is quite a nice texture. It's a really nice formula. I'll just swatch it for you so you can see. It's one of my favourite shades from the NYX Liquid Suede range. It's that very popular pinky brownie colour that's in at the moment, and it's really easy to wear, and they last a very long time. They completely rival a lot of my higher end liquid lipsticks. They are so much cheaper and the same. The last two that I want to talk about are a nail varnish and a perfume. And the nail varnish first is a Maybelline Super Stay 7-Day one, and this is in the shade Golden Brown number 19. This is a rose gold nail varnish, so how could I not really like it? I don't really like this on my fingernails. I love this on my toenails though, especially in the summer with a tan on holiday by the pool. This looks so stunning, and I wore it all holiday. This may be the first nail varnish that I ever finish because it's so beautiful, and it's on my toes at the moment. It just looks really nice. It's kind of like just something a little bit different, and I really like this on my toes because I feel like I don't have to match my fingernails to my toes because it's just a little bit of a different colour. It's not as obvious, and it looks pretty with anything that I have on my fingernails. And then last but not least is a perfume, which I've mentioned a couple of times before, but I honestly just need to express to you all how beautiful it really is. And you just, if you're in a Boots or anywhere that sells Philosophy, you must go and smell it. And this is the Philosophy Scent and Fresh Cream. This is basically what I smell like every single day now. I don't wear any other perfume other than this one. I've got quite a few favourites, but I just can't stop wearing this one, and I feel like it's probably something you could wear all year round because it's a very sweet and just absolutely divine fragrance. So that's everything that I've got to talk to you about in today's video. I hope I didn't rush through that too quickly. I still am getting back into the swing of sitting down and filming for you. Hopefully the colouring in this video is a lot better than it was last time. Please leave me any comments in the comment section, and I will see you all very soon with my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye. I don't know whether I'm not sure of the name, but I'll link it. What I also find with it is that normally I like to match my toenails to my fingernails, because otherwise I think it looks a bit weird.